What is going on, everybody? Hope everyone's doing well and having a good day. In this video, I'm going to be covering the profits, or not so much profits, that we made this past month on the shared rigs. I have two rigs that are shared between multiple people. Multiple people own them, and we've been mining CCX, Conceal.Network, since last March, somewhere around in there. March 2019, and we went ahead and mined again this month CCX, although it's possible that once Ravencoin switches to CawPow, we might actually try to mine CawPow with these rigs. They're RX 580s, but we're finding out that the RX 580s are pretty efficient on CawPow. So it might be a situation where we switch over to that. I don't know. We'll cross that bridge whenever we get to it. Most likely, though, we'll at least give it a shot for a month and see how we do. So that's what we're going to be covering in this video, is just redoing, going back over the last month and figuring out where we stand with the non-profits that we experience. So that's what we're going to look at. And yeah, so I usually come up, I have a spreadsheet here that this is what I use for tracking and kind of doing this show. We do this once a month. It's the 20th of every month. It's basically, we break it down, whatever happened the previous month. And that's what we are looking at here. I got to bring up my app on my phone real quick so that I can go over the power situation. Normally I have another camera, but I don't have it in here right now, so this is going to be kind of weird having to go back and forth. Actually, let me see if this camera is on. Is it on autofocus? Maybe. Looks like it is, so it might actually work the way I'm going to do it. So we'll see. All right. So I'm just going to get right into it. This is our Google Sheet spreadsheet. You can see how some of the electric costs. We were profitable early on, right? Like way back. We only started doing this on the July 20th of last year, as far as this spreadsheet goes. We were profitable a couple of times. They had that really great run in July, alongside, I think it was actually right before Bitcoin did their run last summer, and I mean it was really good. That 1 month was really solid. And then ever since then, it's just kind of been not so great. They went from 86 cents down to, I think they're at 4 cents right now. So it's been pretty brutal. But even on a 37-cent month, we were still a little bit profitable, but just barely. So basically, the way that this works, I reimburse myself from the coins mined for that month, right? If we're negative, which we have been, so it's been really tough because I've been paying the electric out of my pocket, basically for these rigs, and just waiting to accumulate enough coins to actually make a difference and reimburse myself for the electric costs, right? You can see right here, I've got a total not reimbursed. I just totaled up, this column right here. For whatever was mined that month and how much the electric cost for the month. So right now I'm kind of owed 5,700 CCX from the shared rigs, which is not ideal, right? I don't want it to be like that. So that's why we might look at changing to something else, and hopefully this project turns around. I think it will. It's just going to take a pretty solid bull market altogether and not just Bitcoin. So I think we are seeing a little bit of maybe a lot of projects that should die are going to die, I think, in the coming year. But hopefully this is not one of them, because I really like this project. I think that they're solid. It's a privacy coin. I've done lots of content on them over the years. So yeah, still a fan. And if we do switch the rigs, it's not because I'm not a fan of their project, but all these months, these are many months at my electric cost that we are basically just mining as altruistic as possible, because we're not getting anything as far as monthly profitability out of it. So it's kind of rough to just continue down that path the whole way and just not readjust, at least to some degree, right? So maybe we'll split it. Maybe we'll do one rig on Raven, one rig on CCX. I got to talk to the co-owners and figure out where we're going with that. But I think some of them are probably watching. I don't know, maybe. I don't see them. I don't see any of them in chat just now. But you know, this is what we do. We break it down each month. So let's get into it. All right, I'm just going to scroll up here a little bit and get rid of the previous month so that we can highlight this. So let's start with Dagobah. Now Dagobah is this rig right here, and recently did a reconfig of this one. Took it from 8 GPUs down to, or I'm sorry, 8 GPU frame down to a 6 GPU frame. Did a couple of videos on that, you know, talking about how we did it, and I had left Mustafar, the other rig, on the 8 GPU frame until this past weekend. This past weekend I got it on the 6 GPU frame, so it is basically identical to Dagobah now. So you know, they're both identical as far as the size of the frame, and they can be stacked again, because there for a while one was on 6, one was on 8, and you can't stack them that way without a board across the top. So anyway, so I just want to show you real quick what Dagobah was all about. It's an 8 GPU rig. It looks like this right here. Which one? Yeah, I always get this backwards. So this is Dagobah right here. Basically, the two rigs are identical. All the supporting hardware, except the frame now is a 6 GPU V3C. It's just a regular old Veta frame. But the hardware is pretty much the same except for the GPUs. The Dagobah has the Gigabyte Aorus Radeon RX 580s. Pretty solid cards. Not nearly as they don't mine as well with the exact same settings as the Phantom Gaming X from ASRock, but they are a much more solid card. They're constructed better and they're just better quality in my opinion. But that's basically what the hardware looks like. And let's hop over to these two rigs. Are on simple mining. I have them running simple mining for several different reasons. One is just to keep them separate from all my other rigs so that they are by themselves on an OS that I can not worry about getting confused with other rigs or whatever. Plus I can do content on simple mining whenever I need to on the channel here. And it just kind of helps, you know, keep me at least somewhat involved in simple mining OS. I've been using them a long time, a few years now, a couple years. And so just, you know, keeping up with what they got going on over here. Plus it's just solid, it's reliable, you know, the rigs work great on it. So don't have a problem leaving them on simple mining. But these are the two rigs here. We're dealing with Dagobah first. And you can see here, if we go to the config of Dagobah, you can see that we are on Hero Miners pool. We're on, that's the pool that we're using to mine to. So let's go ahead, and I'm gonna grab this address right here, just so that we can see what's going on the pool, so that you can kind of get an idea. I think I can throw the address down here. Now, I will say that these rigs have been off quite a bit this month for the reconfigs and just power issues here at the house. And I did move them from inside to outside in the garage. So there was some downtime, and that's why you can see that there's just not a lot going on as far as how much they earned this month. But that's okay, because they also didn't use a lot of electricity. So right now, it's actually not, you know, it's one of those things where you're kind of weighing, okay, do I turn the rigs on and basically lose money, right, on running them, or I can just leave them off for a little bit, turn them on whenever I feel like it, kind of thing. That's where I'm at right now with this. So not mining steady because it's just not, it's not profitable to do so. So, but they are back on now, and since I've got them both configured, you know, the way I wanted to, as far as, you know, down to 6 GPU frames, I'm planning on leaving them running from here on out. So, but this month is going to be a little weird because they were off a lot. All right, so this is what Dagobah is saying it's doing. Let's see here. Pending balance, got a little bit there. This is the total paid ever since being on the pool. And this doesn't break it down by a day, right? Or 30 days. It doesn't have a 30-day time period on here. So you can just say that basically the last 24 hours, and it has been running for 24 hours, is basically 41 CCX. So we can bounce that around some different numbers and stuff and figure that out, but that's not really what we're here for. But so we need to find out how much CCX. Now, the way that this works, I have these rigs on 2 different wallets. Okay, so this one is mining to its own wallet. So if I bring up the wallet, this is the combined wallet. Let me slide this over here. I'm going to open up the Dagobah wallet specifically. It's already synced up and everything, so this should be pretty good here. All right, so this is the Dagobah wallet, and actually that's not bad. But this rig has been running a lot more than Mustafar. So it's got 232 is what it basically earned, and each month I clean this out. All right, meaning that I take all this and I put it into a combined wallet, and you can see the combined wallet address over here. So it all goes into this, basically a consolidated wallet, once we figure out what's what with the electric and all that stuff. So that's the point of all that. All right, so we're at, yeah, I've had this problem with these wallets. See where it says pending there? I probably need to do an optimization. I haven't done an optimization this whole month, but I believe that was from last month. I think it was an optimization. I don't know, maybe this is hung up, but I have had these wallets open for a while. That's something I'll have to troubleshoot. I'll figure that out. I know that it's behind one version. There's a 6.1.6 wallet out. I doubt that fixes anything like this because it's just a small update, but yeah, this has been like this for quite some time, so I'm gonna have to troubleshoot that and figure it out. And I will, but not on this stream. All right, so let's figure this out. Let's see, it's 232, so we'll just say 232 for the month. So we'll plug that into Dagobah. So we amount mined in 30 days is 232, which isn't that bad compared to how long it's been off. The value for CCX in USD right now is we'll just grab the first part of this. Not even 4 cents. Yikes, guys, come on. All right, let's see here. Throw this in here. All right, so total mined for the month was 817. Now we have to look at how much power we used on Dagobah this month. I'm just bringing back up the app here. So hopefully this thing will focus. Okay, so I'm going to go to Dagobah. It's going to be kind of hard to do this. And then there's a little meter over here. All right, so down in... Wait a minute. That can't be right. Past 30 days, this thing says that it consumed 2,857 kilowatt hours in 30 days. That cannot be right. I'm thinking of how I have this thing connected. Wow, I think something's wrong. Something has to be wrong. I mean, it says, what am I? Maybe I'm looking at this wrong. Hang on. No, I'm not looking at it wrong. It can't be wrong. Because that would be... Good grief. Something's wrong with this device. This is one of those TP-Link smart outlets. It must need an update or something because, good grief, that is a lot. There's no decimal. It's 2857. There's no decimal in there. I mean, you can see that it's only using, you know, 892 watts right here. That's what the rig is always using, pretty much. I mean, it's always around in that area. Trying to think if I used this outlet while it was off, if I used it for something else. I don't think I did. And not only that, but that's a lot of power, man. That's more than a refrigerator. You can see right here, that comes out to $314 in electric. So something is not right. Okay, so let me check the other rig, right? So the other rig is Mustafar. So let me look at that one. It might just be this app, and it might just need an update. Okay, so look at this. So Mustafar only used 71. See, 71.2 right there. Using about the same power, right? So this is Mustafar. Good grief. Yeah, it's just not right. It's not right at all. Yeah. I don't know, something's wrong. All right. So I'll have to figure that out. I could probably do a little bit of math here and probably figure it out to be pretty close. I mean, you know, you could take... It looks like it ran about half the time. But let's just call it... I don't know. Let's go really super conservative and just say 150. Right? That would make... Whoops. That's not what I meant to do. That would make a lot more sense. 150 right here. Yeah, I'm okay with that. That makes a lot more sense. And you see what I did, right? Because the value, actually no, it would be a little bit more. I would have to do some math and try to figure this out and get it a little close, but I would say that that's probably pretty accurate. This rig has been on probably twice as long as Mustafar has, so it would make, yeah, kind of would make sense. So, given all that, let's just say that this was right. I'm going to do some more calculations and try to figure it out. But it looks like it wasn't that bad of a month, right? Because we didn't leave the rig on all the time. But still didn't earn anywhere near as much to pay for electric. And I say this like every month, you know, and I've been saying it for the past year basically, except for that really good time last summer. But, you know, I like this project. It's one of my favorites, especially on the privacy coin side. And I don't have a problem with throwing hash power at them because it's kind of an altruistic thing, you know, just kind of a generous thing at this point. But there are other people involved, right? So if it was just me, then maybe I would continue on, but I got to get everything squared away to where it makes sense, right? And this might not make sense to keep going in this direction with CCX. Like I said, it might be a good idea to maybe put one of the rigs on Raven and one of the rigs on CCX. I don't know, but we'll just have to talk about it. All right, so let's look at that. Basically, is Dagobah. So let's look at Mustafar. So I'm going to open up and what I'll do is I'll send that 232. That'll go to the main wallet, and I could probably try to do it, but it looks like it's probably not going to work because for some reason there's 465 pending, and that doesn't make any sense. I don't know why it says that. All right, so let's go over here. Let me open up the other wallet. Yeah, that's about right though. It was about half as much, because these rigs are both mining the same thing at almost the same hash rate. Mustafar is a little bit better than Dagobah, just a little bit, like 1 mega hash better. So, but this rig was off a lot. So, and its wallet is all squared away. I don't know why the other one isn't. So it looks like it was 112. So we'll call it 112 for Dagobah. I'm sorry, Mustafar. Let's go to the pool just to verify a little bit here. It actually has a higher current hash rate than what I'm used to seeing, but that's okay. Yeah, average is about 13.6, I think. So it says last 24 hours was 30, so you can see it was on a large portion of the last 24 hours. In the last week, 81. Okay. So that is Mustafar in a nutshell there. Let's go ahead and get the data into the spreadsheet. So it was, what, 112? 112 right here. Now we need this. So Mustafar looks like this. And this is the one that we just recently reconfigured. I know I need to do a little bit of cable management. It's not that great. I had to actually crack open some of the cables that I had cable managed to add another power supply to this thing, because that one server power supply was screaming so loud that I was like, man, it seems like it's just working way too hard. I mean, it was unusually loud. And so I went ahead and added a server PSU, extra one that I had laying around, and calmed this thing down a little bit, splitting the power out. You can probably see, maybe right here, you can see the two of them next to each other. So it did split the power out a little bit and calm that first one down quite a bit. Now it's like pretty quiet in there. It's not that bad, but it was so loud. Probably a little bit had to do with heat. It's a little bit warm in the garage. Not terrible, but yeah. So that's what it looks like now. It actually has 3 PSUs on 8 GPUs, 2 server PSUs, and then I think it's a 750 Seasonic desktop power supply. All right, so that's the value of CCX. So it looks like this rig has earned $3.94. All right, and the kilowatt hours that it used, nowhere near Dagobah. I have no idea what's going on with that. That's crazy. But Mustafar is 71.2. That's total consumption. You can see like 30 days right here. It says past 30 days, 71.2 kilowatt hours. Probably kind of cranked up a little bit there, but it'll settle back down at about 890 or so. All right, so that is 71. We'll put 71 in the spreadsheet here. And what kills me is my electric cost, of course. You know, I'm residential. Well, everywhere where I live, it doesn't matter if you're a business or not. Businesses that consume a lot more electricity actually pay more. And I mean, it's tiered, but they do pay more than like a residential. So there's no, I mean, maybe there could be some negotiations or something, but they're not going to do that for me. So yeah, I'm 11 cents per kilowatt hour, which puts me in that spot where it's really hard to be profitable mining. It's really difficult. So anyway, you can see here, it looks like it costs $7.81 to run the rig for the short amount of time that it did. So to pay that back, it would be $2.21. So now we're at, so what I need to do here, I need to change this to, I'm just keeping track of how many coins are owed to reimburse for electric. Let's see, it starts right here. Down to, whoops, wrong column. So now we're at 6394. So it looks like that. So that is where we are at the moment. So in order to recoup, I mean, a lot of things would have to happen. The difficulty of this coin would have to come down a whole lot, right? Or the value needs to go way up in order to compensate for this, you know, loss each month on the mining side and the electric side. So hoping for either. Difficulty would have to come way down so that the amount mined in 30 days, so that this column right here is so much better, right? If it was 1,000 or 1,500 per rig or something like that, then it might make sense, you know. Yeah, or get cheaper electric. So those are basically the three options that we have. All right, so does anybody know if Brandon Coin is going live? We can go check. Let's find out. No notification. Has anybody talked to him in Discord or anything like that? Does anybody know whether or not it's possible he might be going live? Let me know. Just kind of scrolling through chat here. I know I don't get too involved in chat because I can get distracted like really fast. So I try to stay on topic, you know, and get through it, and then that way I can get actually through the content. Chan Coin, did you get your question answered? Possible Kaw solo mining? I would assume so. Yeah, I don't see anything for Brandon Coin at all. No premiere, no live, no nothing. I know he's had internet problems. I see nothing. Well, I mean, I could keep going with a little bit more stuff. We need to update this wallet. I could also maybe try to send the funds. Let's see, I can send 112 to the combined wallet. I'll go ahead and try to do some of this stuff while we're waiting to see if Brandon comes up. All right, so that looks like it went. And I just know that it's the right address because, I mean, that's pretty much the only thing I do with that. for that wallet is send it to this address right here. And it's the only thing in the address book. So let's head over to the Dagobah wallet. See if we can get this sucker to work right. And I also got to get with the co-owners about whether or not we're going to stake more Conceal, because we just recently ended a stake, cold staking. I'll show you that in the main wallet once I get over there. So 232. Let's see if it lets it send it. I'm just really confused over this pending right here. The other one looks solid. This one doesn't. Let's see here. There's that. $232. Yeah, see, it wants to optimize. This is real common, but see, the thing is that I checked this earlier and it says right here, not required, right? Optimize now, not required. So normally I listen to that, and it does have auto optimization on, and I left this wallet open for a long time today, maybe even yesterday too. So I don't know why that's not working, but we'll go ahead and click optimize now. It takes a while, but see how now it puts everything in pending. Basically, it bunches everything up into one transaction and sends it to your own address so that it's all one thing instead of spread out over a bunch of small transactions. I guess that's a real basic way of explaining it, but see how it's like 700 is pending now, right? So eventually, I guess, I don't know how this wallet still has that much in it, because I think I've sent everything that I was supposed to here. Actually, no, we haven't. Oh, to the, let's see, so I would have to total these up. There should have been 299 or 291, 366. Maybe that's what 465 together is. I don't know. I'd have to do some more math to figure it out. So see, now it changed to where only 232 is pending. So we just have to kind of let this rock. I'm going to go ahead and open up the combined wallet here real quick. This is where I always send all the funds that are mined from each of the other rigs each month. I send to this wallet. So see, we just had a stake end where we were staking, I don't know how long it was for, maybe 6 months, 9 months, something like that. And we got $17.95 back in our wallet, you know, that we can do something with. Either restake it and earn interest, or pay some of this $63.94 for electric. I don't know, we kind of need to talk and figure out what we need to do with that. Yeah, so the rescan, it's not really a rescan, it's more of it's an optimization for, and a lot of privacy coins have this issue, especially whenever they use ring signatures and stuff like that. The transactions are large, the transaction sizes are large, and if you have a bunch of small transactions, like if you're mining, then you're getting one, you know, you're getting 1 CCX, 2 CCX, 3. I think I want to say I have it set to 100. But you know what? I could be wrong because I know we went back and forth between a couple pools here recently. So let's go and find out exactly how this is set up. Okay, so minimum payout is 1 CCX, but I got to find out how mine are set. Because I think I set it to... $10. Okay, so see right here, it's set to 10. That's probably not enough. I probably need to crank that up to like 100. Or at least like maybe 50. Because you're mining 10 fairly quickly, right? And if you get all those transactions, just constant transactions, small transactions like that, then it de-optimizes your wallet. It's definitely a common privacy coin issue. But I wish that there was some. They do have auto optimization here, where like if you open the wallet and it needs it, that it will go ahead and do it, right? But it didn't work on that other wallet for some reason. But you can see right here where we received the 112 that we sent from Mustafar's wallet, right? We still have 342 locked. That's at the end of the month, that's going to be available also. Yeah, I'll adjust this. I'm not going to do it because I have to put in my IP and stuff like that. I'm not going to do it on the stream. I'll change this to probably, let's see what we would get in a day. So if we go to what to mine, and we will put in that we are getting, looks like 12.61 on, it's 12,610. Is that right? Okay, yep. I'm not going to worry about power or cost. I just want to find out how many we should be getting a day. So a day, it looks like we should get 33.5 CCX. So probably what I should do is I should probably change that minimum payout to like 100. That'll be every 3 days, so 10 times a month, 10 transactions in a month, maybe, and that would help stop that wallet from getting de-optimized, I guess you could say. Okay, looks like he's going to be live here in a minute. So let's head over there to Brandon Coin. I pretty much covered everything I wanted to. Hopefully you guys found it somewhat helpful, informative, maybe even a little bit entertaining. I don't know, I'm not that entertaining, but some people laugh at me. That's okay. So let's go over and do a Savage raid on Brandon Coin's stream. I will see you guys over there. Thanks so much for hanging out. Hope everyone stays safe. All that stuff. If you thought that this was somewhat useful, be sure to smash the like and subscribe and share the video with all your friends and all that stuff. I will see you guys tomorrow night. Stay savage, everybody.